All right, so you guys are all saying, oh no, not her, but I have no idea who this is. The comments section with Brett Cooper. Never heard of this person before, even though they have like 5 times my subscribers. Seems you guys know though, so I'm missing out here. You know, I did a quick IQ check, fully astroturfed. Oh, I'm sure. I did a quick IQ check. It's mostly bitching about trans people. Here, YouTube, fix this now. And the thumbnail says, these are actual videos featured on YouTube Kids. And it's like a person in drag wearing full clothing. I guess they look kind of creepy. Shazam star triggers the woke mob. So you have the Shazam guy. And we have the only two feminists in history that we've ever photographed right here next to him. The only 2 pictures ever taken. She looks a bit like Nick Femtez. Oh my god. You are completely right. She actually does look kind of like a femme Nick Fuentes. Can you see it too? Yeah. That's crazy. Do you think he knows about her? Do you think he knows about how much better his life would be if he came out of the closet and just accepted it? My biology is not your costume. Hey guys, remember how, like, when you were in middle school or in high school, it was really common, maybe not so much these days, but really common for guys to dress up as girls for Halloween? Like, they would just get a blonde wig and, like, put melons under their sweater or whatever, and it's like, haha, I'm a girl, and they would just make boob jokes the entire time. I don't remember that inciting so much conservative outrage, but, you know. OnlyFans model doubles as a preschool teacher? So, how can you teach children? How can you, as a mother, how can you responsibly raise your children when you've had sex before? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Mom, I say to my own mom, yelling at my mom, Mom, how can you raise children when you've had sex before? That's disgusting. You whore. Okay, so anyway, right. IQ check not passed, you know. IQ check failed. The reason why I was made aware of this, because somebody DM'd me and was like, hey, you've been called out in this video. MrBeast, ignore these losers. And you see we have her, and then the MrBeast 1,000 Blind People video. And then you have me and Hassan. Now, I didn't see any of Hassan's takes on this, but in my video on MrBeast, I never criticized him for doing this, which makes me wonder what she's going to say, you know? I never said it was bad that he did that. I don't think I even insulted him. I said he comes across creepy in his thumbnails, but, you know, I'll take that. She literally makes no arguments. Don't spoil. Hit it.
Comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. We're dealing with some YouTube controversy drama right now, which there always seems to be some.
Why is my feed so zoomed in? Oh my god, stop. Pull out. Pull out. There we go.
Sort of that on the internet. This one I am actually very passionate about.
I accidentally turned the speed down, and it's kind of funny.
Because it kind of intersects with politics and the cultural, political landscape, but also a YouTuber that I really like and respect.
Brett Cooper sounds like she's mocking masculinity by having a traditionally male. Whoa! That's true! Brett Cooper? Hold on. My biological namesake, my penis names are not a costume. Come on. Also, 2 first names. Come on. Come on.
Respect. It's going to be an interesting one. Before we get into it, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off-the-clock upload. So, MrBeast, who is the #1 YouTuber on the platform, and that is not just because I like him or he's cool. He literally has more subscribers than any other creator on...
She's tricking men into watching her content. IMO, this is sick. It's disgusting. Imagine you're an alpha male who only takes advice from men, and you're browsing YouTube, and you see the comment section with Brett Cooper. Well, I love arguing in comment sections, and I love men's advice. I love how smart guys are. And then you click on this YouTube video, and it's a chick wearing sexualized clothing. She's not in a burqa. Honestly, just disgusting. Just disgusting. I do like, however, the Roman statue framed behind her. There's something very funny to me about having a framed portrait of a Roman statue. There's something very funny to me about that. It almost comes across as like intentional self-parody in a way. I know it's not, but you know what I mean, right?
The entirety of YouTube. It used to be PewDiePie, but MrBeast recently, I don't know how recently, but he surpassed him. He has 131 million subscribers. And he does a ton of prank videos, challenges. That's kind of how he blew up. But a lot of his videos now involve philanthropy, which is something that is really important to him. And he recently released a video where he facilitated and paid for 1,000 blind people to undergo treatment to restore their sight, while simultaneously educating his audience and the public about this surgery as an option, what goes into it, how much it is, etc. It blew up. It has almost 80 million views in less than 5 days. Let's just watch some of it so you guys get a taste.
Most of us see
Okay, I know who MrBeast is. All right, don't you? You're not copywriting me by proxy. Let's move on. Get to the arguments.
she's squeezing hard.
Oh man, nope.
8 minutes. It's just a very, very wholesome video. And he's paying for all of these people while simultaneously, like I said, educating the public on the fact that this is surgery. I had no idea that this was even an option. I know LASIK exists. My brother's gotten LASIK. I actually think that I am going to have to get LASIK at some point because you guys know I don't wear my glasses and things are blurry for me, but I am nowhere near being like legally blind. I had no idea that this was a treatment that people could undergo. Literally no idea.
Wait, what? What? She didn't know there was a treatment for... Okay.
So this video did teach me something. I enjoyed watching it. You guys should go see the whole thing. It obviously is a very, very kind thing for MrBeast to do. Like, that is putting it mildly. He spent thousands and thousands of dollars putting this together for 1,000 patients. And he is using his money and his ridiculously huge influence to make a difference in real people's lives.
Based.
Now, there are a lot of bitter people in the world.
Oh my God. Right back.
Hate that. Who think that he is like...
Wait, hold on. How old is this lady? Was she even on YouTube back when JonTron was like a huge figure? How old is she even? Hold on. Is her actual name Brett Cooper? Probably not. There's no way, right? American right-wing political commentator and actress. But how old? 22 years old? So she would have been like, what, 21? So she would have been like, what, like 15, 16 back when JonTron was at his height of popularity? Something tells me that that's an editor thing. You know how when Ben Shapiro's doing a video and the editors are going wild and you just know that behind Ben Shapiro are a bunch of like tired 45-year-olds who are like cropping everything together and putting the show and splicing in the little clips, and all the references are to like 1990s and 1980s sitcoms for that reason? And they're all really dated? Yeah, I don't know.
Worst person on the planet who find issue with the fact that he is using his money that he has earned to help people. I don't know how they've been able to rationalize that, but let's watch a little compilation to see what they're saying. Get ready for Hassan Piker.
Flashback.
Get ready for Hassan Piker. Do we have a previous history here?
Not crazy, right? Like, she looks too much like Ben Shapiro.
End of flashback.
You watch the video, you go, oh, how cute and how nice. I watched the video and I'm filled with rage.
What's wrong with you?
That we shut off access to a 10-minute procedure because we paywalled it and decided that like some people just simply can't get it.
Whoa. So Hassan is filled with rage at the fact that there's a paywall blocking off a very accessible and quick procedure that could restore sight to these people. That doesn't sound like a criticism of MrBeast. That sounds like a criticism of a systemic inequality that he highlighted in his video. One that he himself tweeted about.
It is so insanely frustrating that it's up to like one YouTube guy.
We're seeing people's...
Wait, did you see her like incredulous arm gesture there? Like, look, what does this guy say? This guy's angry that people are being forced into lifelong blindness for no reason? Crazy. But this is the same thing that MrBeast said on Twitter. I don't understand why curable blindness is a thing. Why don't governments step in and help? Even if you're thinking purely from a financial standpoint, it's hard to see how they don't ROI on taxes from people being able to work again. That's the same point. That's the exact same argument.
Healthcare be used as like...
Actual Jake! Hey, Jake! Jakey, what's up?
Clout harvest, as like virtue signaling, as content.
So then are people not allowed to be charitable? Because it's...
Did he say that? Did he say that? Did I hear that? Did anyone hear that bit from the actual Jake bit? Did he say, and as a product of the fact that he made content out of this, people are not allowed to do it? Did he say that? I didn't hear it.
All clout. If anybody with influence, if they do anything good for anybody else, it's all for external gain. You people are so...
Wait. Yeah. Yes. If you're a businessman like MrBeast, if you're any kind of businessman, when you do philanthropy, you're doing it in part of like a broader financial plan. Like true philanthropy to one's personal detriment is pretty uncommon. This is one of the reasons why corporations and individuals will often donate as a way of like having to pay less taxes, or like they're trying to like manage some element of how much they have to pay. Sometimes they're doing it for PR, which can like leverage, you know, they can use to leverage their product or sell or get headlines. Yeah, of course. That doesn't mean they're mutually exclusive, right? Like doing a good thing for other people that is also good for you doesn't make you a hypocrite. For example, we raised at this point on the channel about $800,000 in total for various charitable causes. The PCRF stream itself got about $300,000 in donations. Now, that was charitable, but I also benefited from that stream. Obviously, it was good, you know, it was good clout. It was fun. I got to play video games for a while, you know, not going to complain about that. But yeah, it was mutually beneficial. It's not a zero-sum game. But that doesn't mean it's bad to do it. Just a fact of the matter.
Pessimistic and sad. When I say that they find reasons to be angry and turn themselves into victims and create problems that do not exist, this is it in action.
What? Wait, turn themselves into actual Jake has got glaucoma now? Whoa, dial it back. We run down the dialogue tree real quick here, I guess. I don't think he victimized himself there.
Piker did something like this, even though I disagree with basically everything he says, I would still think that that is a wonderful thing to do, because he is using his money to make a difference in people's lives. He is engaging financially in something that he cares about. That is a good thing regardless of whether you agree with somebody or not. You agree with their principles. They are still doing something.
Well, hold on. If you disagree with the person's principles, it's actually very possible for them to make charitable donations you disagree with. Actually, that's very much a thing that can happen. Also, again, neither of the clips shown are denouncing MrBeast for doing this.
Kind for other people. So many of these people are so angry about everything, and they are so locked in this bubble of rage about the world around them. They cannot even step outside of themselves and realize that this is a good human doing something good for other humans, which is objectively good. It is absurd.
He's making up 55 million views or some shit in 2 days. Yeah, I mean, he already made the money back and more. Like this is the formula for this guy.
Are you just upset that you don't?
That's true. Why does she keep posting other people's W's? That's true. Yeah, 100%. I imagine MrBeast takes a loss directly on the video revenue itself, probably for a lot of his videos, but he probably makes it back in the variety of like investments and you know, things that he does off the back of the attention that he gets in those videos. Yeah, merch. It's a huge one. Millions and millions of merch. Yeah, it's like a loss leader. You take a loss on one thing. It's kind of like how printer companies work, right? One of the reasons printer ink is so expensive is because they operate at a loss with the printers. Like you can buy a printer for like $10, you know. Printers are really under cost. They lose money on the printers. But then you're locked into buying from their brand of ink, and their ink is very overcharged. So they make it back down the line, you know? Yeah, sell the blade, not the razor.
Make as much money as he does? Are you upset at capitalism? That's how it works? Oh my God, capitalism.
They probably are upset at capitalism. Yes, that is true. They are critics of that system.
In action, somebody using their money for good. I know that's so hard for you to understand.
And you see people.
Remember what I said? Remember what I said about charity and conservatives in my video on MrBeast? Remember what I said? How conservatives promote charity as some kind of catch-all solution to institutional bias. But hey, if she is so pro MrBeast, then does she agree? Does this conservative commentator with an IQ of 4 agree with MrBeast, who says that the government should step in and provide free medical care to people to cure them of their diseases, specifically of this one, of this blindness? Because that's what MrBeast said. So is she going to bring this tweet up? No, she's not. You know why? Because she wants to pretend that charity itself is the only solution you need to systemic inequality, even though MrBeast doesn't agree with that. And she's going to pretend that what Hassan and actual Jake, and later on me, are all saying is some kind of crazy socialist thing, even though MrBeast is correct that just like ROI-wise, you would want to cure these people of their blindness anyway.
Do this type of content where they essentially exploit impoverished people for content, harvesting their fucking tears and their struggle.
How is it exploiting people if he is fixing their blindness? It's not like he went into some impoverished city and did a photo shoot and was like, oh, I'm so grunge and sad. That would be exploiting something. He's literally helping them. You're reaching. Who is this person?
So helping somebody and exploiting them are not mutually exclusive. In a classic Marxist dynamic, right? a worker is paid wages for the labor they sell to a capitalist, but they would still argue it for exploitation. The exploitation here is kind of like a minimal, like ephemeral, conceptual kind. We're talking about like, is it kind of, let's use the real term we're thinking of here. Is it kind of corny to like do a TikTok video of you making sandwiches and handing them to homeless people? Like you make 100 sandwiches, then you're like walking around downtown giving them to homeless people, and the homeless people are like, wow, thank you. And you're like getting it all into TikTok. Is it corny? It is corny. It is. Yeah, it is. Is it bad? Well, no. But the performativity can make some people uncomfortable, and I don't blame them for feeling that way, even though it's an objective good, or intersubjective good, I guess, that homeless people are being fed. I certainly agree with the act of passing out the sandwiches. It's just seeing stuff like that, you know, we all know there have been controversies about really exploitative videos, where it's like, hey, I brought this homeless guy home for dinner, and I'm going to give him a Salisbury steak or whatever, and he starts crying, and you get the camera up in his face as he's sobbing because he hasn't had seasoning for 5 years. And, you know, it's like,
Person, I've never heard of you before.
This video could be used as, like, explicit political action,
Jake.
and he could still do this, and it would start to be better. I can hear, like, the liberal being like, that's not what it's about. It's like wholesome content and stuff.
It
I'm
is.
like, I know.
Liberal.
And there's a fundamental problem with us viewing this interaction as a wholesome one. This is disgusting.
Oh, I will say though that I do think that if you find videos like that wholesome, I think you're psychotic. It reminds me of all those like, if 8-year-old opens lemonade stand to pay for older brother's brain cancer kind of news stories, right? You can think the videos are good or be happy that those people were cured of blindness, but all I can think about when I'm seeing stuff like that is, nice, great, we rolled a dice on these people's lives, and they had eternal blindness waiting for them. And because, you know, 1,000 of them rolled incredibly favorably, like they get the, like, I think it's okay to celebrate videos like that while also acknowledging that there's a kind of crushing sadness behind them. I don't think that's like negating the good of the things done in the video. It's just, you know, some people desperately want to believe that the world is a fair place and will latch on to anything to reinforce that belief. It's called the just world fallacy, and it's also called conservatism. Conservatives are desperate to justify the status quo and desperate to justify the morality of the status quo. And for that reason, they will latch on to any explanations for the imagined fairness of the systems as it is now. You know, provable bias in the criminal justice system in the courts. Well, simply don't get arrested, and then the law is equal to all. It doesn't say black people get arrested for this in the law. It doesn't say that in the books. So, you know, stuff like that. The idea that we live in a meritocracy, yada, yada, yada. Vosh, I think you need to readjust your perspective. The video also shows it's relatively easy to solve the problems, and the government should have no problem doing it. Well, I know, but I don't think that's mutually exclusive to what I've said. I don't mind the video. I'm not criticizing MrBeast for making the video. I just wanted to add on to it. And I think it's important to understand that the joy and jubilation of seeing some people luck out and get their easily curable diseases cured, I mean, there's a lot more behind that, right? Anyway, what we're looking at right here from this lady is basically an attempt to pin all of the sociological critique that MrBeast himself expressed in one tweet on socialism, and then to make fun of them for that. But I want to see where we get to me.
Okay, so everything has to be politicized. You just said the quiet part out loud.
In this video of a multimillionaire using his money to cure the disease of a bunch of poor people and then tweeting about how the government should be doing this themselves. How could you make this political?
Loud. It's not good enough unless it is explicitly propaganda. Basically everything in the world is propaganda because everybody has their own bias that they approach content, entertainment, media, whatever.
Wait, so everything is political? Wait, so I thought she was going to do the it's not political thing, but now she's saying okay.
So it's all propaganda. But if it is not explicitly politically driven, then it's not okay for you. MrBeast is never objectively upfront political. He does good things. You're so angry about that because this man is happy and he's making other people happy. Oh my god.
This is a rich person getting rich off of the struggles of
Sam!
poor people, and while yes, he is helping them, he is
Can't believe people did politics on the MrBeast video. 50 million views on this tweet. That's crazy.
at the end of the day not solving the poor people problem, so the concept of poor people existing will always remain.
What the f are you saying? What is this? When I say that the mental gymnastics is always astonishing, this is what I mean. These people might outlive all of us because they're basically playing brain strengthening games every day with how they create.
True. Zan does play brain strengthening games every single day. I know for a fact that Zan maintains his gigantic, moist, soupy brain conditions, liquid so that it's easier for the neurons to fire and pass through, by dual-wielding DSs with the styluses in his thumb and index finger and holding it up with his pinkies, and he's constantly doing the double brain think games. Yeah, it's called Minecraft. True. He's out here playing with Minecraft mods that you guys couldn't even fathom. You're out here, melting cobblestone to get stone again, and he's on his cold fusion mod pack where he's transporting the tritium while the isotopes are still hot to prevent the. He's got there's an in-game reference to the periodic table, and he's built like CERN so that he can particle fire. Yeah.
Their arguments. You cannot do something good for other people unless you are addressing the root problem. You can't help impoverished people. You have to
Did he say that? Did Zan say you can't do it, or did he just say we should seek to do more?
abolish poverty. That's not reasonable. Nothing would change. We probably don't want it to change because you want to still be able to sit around and gripe and bitch about things. That's
massive projection. Unimaginable projection. Oh my god, I can hear the reel turning in her head right now. Actually, you socialists who are making systemic critiques because you want the fundamental thing to change, you're the one who doesn't want any change. And I, the person critiquing you for saying you want change, am actually the person who wants change. Yes, that is true. That makes sense.
the point.
He is still monetizing poor people, and he needs there to be poor people, and thus, as he has in the past, he will continue to defend capitalism, because there needs to be capitalism. Well, there doesn't need to be capitalism for there to be poor people.
Yeah, truth. Because have you seen people under socialism? That's when they're really poor. Glad you have enough self-awareness there.
I've never seen anyone under socialism, because socialism has never existed in this world. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
But wait, there's more.
Here's an example of a really... Hey, it's me! Hey! She recognizes me. She recognizes me. That wasn't a reaction you make if you don't know who I am. Now I know who you are. Big difference, okay?
Why are all of these men the same?
The ways in which people who have wealth socially legitimize that wealth.
Okay, you literally...
Wait, that's it? That's what I'm getting clipped on? Why are all these men the same? They keep f***ing my tiny little brain arguments up. Also, yeah, man-hater? Whoa. First you make my dick name Brett Cooper your costume, and then you man-hate? Also, what do I say in this clip? Really big difference, okay?
Why are all of these men the same?
The ways in which people who have wealth socially legitimize that wealth.
Okay, you literally...
That's it? That's what we're criticizing? Now we got a clip from the hit YouTuber Vosh. Hits play. The ends clip. What the f did he just say? The? What does that even mean? That's not even a complete sentence. That doesn't make any...
Talk about ethical billionaires and millionaires all the time. You want them to be ethical. You want them to redistribute their wealth. You want them to help other people. That is what you call being an ethical billionaire, is literally giving away your money. That is what he is doing. So now...
No, it's not. I haven't said that. Find me a clip of saying that. Find a clip of me saying a billionaire becomes ethical because they make donations, please. I don't even say that in my clip.
Now you're calling somebody who is being an ethical billionaire millionaire socially legitimizing their wealth? No,
does she even know what that means? Okay, real talk. I don't even think she knows what that means. I think her editors gave her this clip, and the reason why my clip was the shortest by far and the least offensive and the least objectionable is because I'm so right all the time about every... Artemy! The woodpecker. Hello? The woodpecker? Oh yeah, we have a woodpecker who sometimes f***s up the other side of that wall. He's listening to the woodpecker. Okay, well, I'm also doing a video. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, sorry. Do you think she knows what socially legitimizes wealth means? There's no way she does. I think her editors gave her this clip and she's just working with it. So she's like kind of railing at it. There's no way.
Consistency.
If you were like a king or a queen or a emperor, or even just a very, very wealthy merchant, there was usually a kind of imagined, often divine self-justification to power that people held. The idea that kings and queens were divinely chosen was kind of broadly,
MrBeast is not divinely chosen.
And did I say, what the, dude, this bitch is so dumb. What are you talking about? I said kings and queens. What do you, like, that, I didn't say kings, queens, and MrBeast. She doesn't understand the point that's being made. I tell her editors just got these clips for her, and she's like, okay, I'll say whatever I can, I guess. The idea of extreme amounts of wealth being concentrated in the hands of some people, while other people starve, has been seen as more and more of like, something that has to be, like, addressed from an optics perspective. The problem that a lot of lefties have. Can I be real for a sec? I sound great here. I feel like I was on my A game with the explaining here, man. I feel like I'm delivering in dulcet tones some high quality socialist analysis. Listen to her. Look at her face of disgust. She knows she can't compete with this. This is like the shonen battle anime face when the villain realizes that they've been completely outpaced by the power level of the protag. Vosh cheering himself. Yeah, you know why? Because like all men, I'm a king. And I do gas myself up every day. I've got a mirror affixed to the ceiling of my bedroom. So the first thing I see when I wake up is myself. With philanthropy, as a rule, even if the outcome of that philanthropy is good, is that it is often considered to be a kind of last defense mechanism for the inequities of capitalism. Charity can't really like maintain that. Careful, you're letting me go on for a dangerously long time. I might start to I might start to sound sensible to your audience. Level of care over people. The state can. The state is capable.
Oh my god. You are so cocked for the government.
Hey, listen up. Me and MrBeast. All right? Hey, listen, I'm just following in the ideological footsteps of my hero, my king, MrBeast, who said, why don't government step in and help? Not why don't private corporations step in and help? Why don't charities step in and help? Why not, why not philanthropic billionaires? No. Why don't government step in and help? And that's because I'm a beastite. All right? That's I used to be a Marxist, now I'm a beastite. A beastist. Okay? I'm like with my man John Batista. I don't know. I'm a beastie boy, all right? Whoa, can't stand it. That's Beastie Boys, right? Isn't that? Sabotage. That's Beastie Boys, right? Right?
This is like chronically online behavior. Do they ever leave their bedrooms? No.
What? For what? For chronically online behavior, government healthcare. One of the central pillars of in real life political activism and economic debate for the past 2 centuries. Online, highly online. To be fair, Vosh, have you ever left your bedroom? My studio is a separate room. It's across the hall from my bedroom.
Touch grass. All
It's no arguments. Nothing.
of you. Shelly, what do you think?
So that guy's name is Vosh.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting the behind the scenes. This guy's name is Vosh. Yeah, that is my name. That's my real Christian name.
He is a very, very popular left-wing YouTuber.
He looks really familiar.
He's like seen in the...
They got me! They got me! Yeah! What's up? The lore. Hey, be careful, okay? The horse pilled in your audience are going to be brought over.
left-wing sphere as a thought leader.
Oh my god. You literally like hate charity and philanthropy. You would rather people starve. And
I'm the thought leader? This video had Hassan in it and I get to be the thought leader? Fuck yeah. It's over, Hassan. Your time has come. It's done. Let me check Twitch right now. Not even streaming. And yet I'm streaming, which means I have Nearly 7,000 more viewers than him right now. It's over. It's done. Hassan, he's in the garbage can. I'm slamming him directly into the garbage can. I am now the thought leader of the online left, okay? Hassan can have his goddamn himbo workout culture. We here, we fat, we horse, we vorse, all right? We're rising. V-rising.
Be angry at the government constantly, then celebrate somebody doing good things with their money. I mean, I guess that's commitment to principles in some way, but it just makes you look like a crappy human being, in my opinion. I'm just stunned.
I don't even know what she's talking about. She didn't address anything that I said and misunderstood everything I said, so.
These people need to go get a grip. I don't even care about your political views at this point. The fact that we can't even celebrate somebody doing something kind for other people is astonishing. And it's really, really sad that that has become like a political thing and that it's divided. It's absurd.
Note how in none of the clips she showed was anyone saying it was bad that he did this. Not a single one. You'd think if it was there, they would have found it, but they couldn't. I can't believe... Man, they played a lot of my stuff, too. They played like a solid 40 seconds of me talking. I feel like they could have dragged up that part of the video if they wanted.
Anyway, okay, it's on Twitter. Somebody tweeted this and said, there's some...
I think it's good, by the way. I think it's good that MrBeast did this. I defend him doing this. I just think that him doing this... it gives us a good opportunity to talk about some of this stuff, you know?
Something so demonic about this, and I can't even articulate what it is. And then somebody retweeted and said, it's the idea that somebody with a disability needs to be cured. Oh my God, so you want them to just be disabled for the rest of their life? This person is so chronically online that they think easing somebody's ailments, easing their life is inherently bad. You want them to stay disabled if there is...
Conservatives will say it's a good thing when people's disabilities, like blindness, get cured by MrBeast philanthropy. But when I try to cure people of the disability that is conservatism, they get mad at me. Honestly, no consistency from these people. 7 likes? 7 whole likes? That's a big deal.
Some way that we could help them in order to have some kind of socio-political brownie point. Like, yay, keep them oppressed? I don't understand. Because it's...
What does yay have to do with this? Sorry.
Advantageous for you in some way? Because you're too scared of offending them? Again, the brain games. I don't get it. Somebody else said, MrBeast is a prime example of how philanthropy is a concept that exists purely to provide legitimacy to millionaires.
That is true. That is literally true. The concept of philanthropy. That is like a historically defensible point. Yes. The concept of charity goes back millennia. The concept of philanthropy does not.
Why is it okay for a random individual to control such vast assets? Nobody elected MrBeast. His money should belong to the people so they can do whatever they want with it. No, you immoral thief. I shouldn't say You have no rights to anybody else's property. If you want to redistribute your money, go ahead and do it. Go make millions, and then you can do whatever you think is ethical with it. You have no right to have any opinion over what he does with the money that he makes. I think it's better that he wasn't elected. I don't like...
Wrong. Actually, everyone's money is mine to decide with what to do. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but that's actually true.
Politicians. I don't want them involved. I would much prefer...
Anyway, if anyone's... So really quickly, because I said that and I just want to justify it, I don't want to go into the entire thing right now, but if you look at the history of philanthropy, in a historical and like anthropological sense, you will see like this massive history of like ultra wealthy people who are trying to compensate for a lifetime of doing terrible stuff. Like they're trying to repair their reputations with philanthropy, or it's like for tax reasons, or they're trying to like leverage their goodwill in a local city government as a way of getting favor elsewhere. Like, hey, I'll help pay for this park if you'll let me like mine this mine, or like dig into this mountain or something, or money laundering. That's not to say all philanthropists are bad. It's just saying the history of philanthropy is absolutely tied to like the self-legitimization of wealthy people. Yeah. That's like the entire history of New York City. Yeah, have you guys ever wondered why there are so many old buildings that are named after wealthy people, like universities? Do you think wealthy people donated to those universities for like purely charitable reasons? Or do you think there was some kind of power or leverage they got, like say getting their family or friends into the university, or having control over its decision making, or having some kind of stake in any contracting that would be done for expansion of the university campuses, or tax right? Yeah, there's so much into it, you know. It's just it's good to look into. Again, it doesn't mean that philanthropy is necessarily bad. I think I would prefer philanthropy to the absence of philanthropy, but we still should be realistic about like how this plays down, you know. So, just saying, good to look at, good to learn about.
for Mr. Beast do these kinds of things.
My idea of a perfect government is one guy who sits in a small room at
Okay, no copyright. Also, we do realize Ron Swanson was a parody, right? Like, every single episode with Ron Swanson was him being a ridiculous buffoon, being made fun of by the people around him, and then learning that he was wrong. That happened, like, every episode. Using Ron Swanson as a justification for libertarian political positions is like using Stan from American Dad as a justification for conservative positions. Because every episode of American Dad is Stan being wrong and then getting corrected by everyone around him. And then the end of the episode is him going, well, now that I think about it, actually, it looks like gay people are all right. Or, now that I think about it, actually, adoption by gay couples is all right. Or, now that I think about, like, literally, like, every single, yeah. Ron literally helped found a national park be made into corporate campus. Yeah, not to mention he worked for the government and aided the government in their, you know, whatever. Okay, just, I do like Parks and Rec. I know it's a deeply liberal show, but it's a well-made liberal show. And, you know, it's rare to have a show that develops its characters well enough that I actually, like, care about them. I really do. Though, if I rewatched it now, I feel like I'd be a little bit weirder about Andy. I don't know.
a desk, and the only thing he's allowed to decide is who to nuke.
It's incredibly admirable. You're just bitter. Kick rocks. Somebody else said, I don't hate MrBeast. I don't particularly care about MrBeast. What I hate is a system where good deeds are only done if they are profitable.
That's true. So, hold on. We're reining up the W's here, okay? That's true.
Where people are only forced to rely on the unreliable benevolence of the rich because they have no other way to have their needs met.
Completely correct. Unobjectionably correct. Fully correct here.
Yeah, maybe that is because the state is terrible and daddy...
Hey. Well, I don't know if you've heard of this guy called MrBeast, but did you know that he's actually defending the so, yeah, again, like, remember what I said about conservatives? Remember what I said about conservatives and charity? The only reason she's doing this is because conservatives want to defend charity as an alternative to any kind of government action. That's it. She doesn't care about poor blind people around the world. She would have never done anything, promoted any initiative, promoted any action to save them. Under no circumstances would she give a single shit about their lives otherwise. But because MrBeast's video can be used as an example of, see, we don't need healthcare. All we need is a billionaire lotto where poor people get to sit in line and wait for, you know, the dice to roll in their favor before they die. That's the only reason she cares about this. It's actually a genuinely demonic perspective. I mean, like, think about it. The only reason she's defending the action of saving 1,000 people from blindness is to prevent more people from being saved from blindness. The only reason she celebrates this act of charity is because she can use it as a defense against greater goodness being done in the future. It is demonic.
Government promises to bail you out, but never does. Daddy government profits on keeping people in a cycle of poverty and oppression. Therefore, charity and philanthropy and capitalist endeavor...
No. Governments with well-developed welfare states have higher average wealth by orders of magnitude. What? Well, oh yeah. Allow me to go to my favorite bastion of liberty and individual rights, Syria, or perhaps, you know, Somalia. Yeah, great. No. There is a positive correlation between individual wealth and the development of the welfare state to a massive extent. No arguing about that.
Are the things that lift people out of hardship, that lift people out of poverty. I'm sorry that your
charity and billionaires lift people out of hardship and poverty.
System doesn't work. I'm sorry that you are so angry about people doing good things. Oh my God. If he did good deeds every single day, did not make content out of it, did not keep running his business, shut down everything, and he spent all of his time and his leftover resources giving to charity and being philanthropic, like under the radar, he would run out of money very quickly. The progress would stop. What happens then? Are you happy then? In this system,
when MrBeast runs out of money? Yeah, I guess that kind of would make me happy.
Is providing money and services. He's turning around and then making more money. He's profiting, and then he will do the same again. Like, this is far from the first time MrBeast has ever done something like this. Like, he is known to be incredibly philanthropic. He is on record, he even tweeted about it this week, saying that he wants to give away all of his money by the time he dies. And he's not going to stop making money right now.
Hey, what else did he tweet? It is incredible how she made this video after MrBeast made a tweet that just obliterates her entire argument. There's no way she could make this video and also have this tweet in it. If she shows this tweet in this video, I have no idea how she would write that off or justify it. It's completely unjustifiable. But yeah, like I said, the whole point of this video is basically just to keep people desperate and dependent on the charity of billionaires.
And then just give it all away and then just sit and rot for the rest of his life. He's going to continue making money and giving it away. He put this out this week and he said, Twitter, rich people should help others with their money. Me, okay, I'll use my money to help people and I promise to give away all my money before I die. Every single penny. Twitter, MrBeast bad. It's absurd. Somebody else said, what's annoying about this MrBeast discourse is not the dude himself, but the inherent
11 likes. 11 likes. 11 likes. 11 likes. This is a 2 million sub channel. 1.8 million.
With philanthropy. Philanthropy in the future will be used to show the paternalistic rich can handle social issues and that the government isn't needed. Yes, that is exactly the point. The government does nothing but...
Okay, so she's saying it right here. If we want to do math on how many people have been helped by welfare programs relative to how many people have been helped by charity from MrBeast video... Yeah, so yeah. The only reason this video is being made is because she wants more people to spend their entire lives in darkness before dying sick and impoverished with nothing to their name because they never got put into a MrBeast video. That's what she wants. She's demonic.
Harm people. They lie to you about their social endeavors. They lie to us about what they do with our tax dollars. MrBeast has his own 501c3 charity in philanthropy. He has given over 1 million free meals to people in need. He has planted 20 million trees between 2019 and 2022. He raised over $1 million for St. Jude, and he is currently raising $30 million in order to remove 3 million pounds of...
Listen up, poor people. You don't need... Hey, don't... Wait. Poor people, get away from that Google machine. Don't look up how much good has been done by welfare societies. Don't wait. No, hey, don't Google how many meals have been given out by Meals on Wheels. Don't look at that. Stop. Turn away. Okay. Now look at these seemingly impressive stats. 1 million meals by MrBeast in his entire lifetime. Why, if you think about it, that's enough meals for 1/3 of the meals that 1 million people have once in one day. That's quite a lot, isn't it? That's like probably as many people as there are in the whole world. So if only MrBeast could do that 3 times a day, every day for the rest of his life, to 300 times as many people, he would have one country covered, the United States of America. I mean, that would bankrupt him immediately, of course. Only the government can handle that kind of workload. But the government's bad. Don't take a look at any research that shows that government welfare programs correspond to higher personal wealth and freedom. Don't. Look away. All you need is the kindness of billionaires.
Trash from the ocean. These are all things that you people should like. That as a society, no matter your political affiliation or what you believe, that we should be excited about because he is helping people and he is doing good things. Has the government done any of that? No. They just continue.
What? Has the government done any... What? I was going to make that, well, the government hasn't even made a YouTube channel, but they have. The government has multiple official YouTube channels. What? Just lying or retarded? Just lying. This channel seems to be completely astroturfed. I mean, it's a Daily Wire channel, so we're talking about... Remember, Steven Crowder said that $50 million was too little for a 4-year contract for him. There is an ungodly amount of money in the right wing, astroturfing their channels. It's completely made up, you know. None of these ideas would stand on their own.
Continue to pollute the earth. They continue to keep people in poverty. They continue to heavily regulate and suppress the medical industrial complex so that people cannot get access to this kind of care. It's the government.
The government regulates and suppresses the medical industry to prevent Okay.
Fault, whether you like it or not. He is a living and breathing ethical billionaire. He is doing everything the government fails to do. Somebody posted this meme and said, I genuinely don't understand why people are going after MrBeast, and says spends $54 trillion of your money and has all the presidents. It's totally fine. Cures 1,000 blind people with his own money. Angry.
Ah, yes. Lefties on Twitter, famous for not complaining about government spending from our presidents. Why is she so dumb? Why do conservatives have to be like this? What, like, seriously, it's very frustrating that there are these money bubbles, that they operate within. I have to put effort into the content. Well, okay, in theory, I would have to put effort into the content I do. Obviously, in reality, I don't. But hypothetically, most people do, you know. Hassan probably does, maybe, I don't know. I don't watch his streams. I watched his Subnautica stream once. Turns out the pussy's scared of fish. Whatever. Guess that gets you #1 spot in the YouTube streaming lefty Twitch. Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm the lefty thought leader now. Anyway. But she can just say anything. And she's just nothing. Just nothing. She's Ben Shapiro / Daily Wire's first successful female AstroTurf because his sister failed. That's true. They did try to promote Classically Abby, Abigail Shapiro's YouTube channel. They put a lot of money into advertising her. So much money. And it just did nothing because the broad advertisements they put out there ended up like largely targeting normies, and normies would see her videos on like top 10 signs that your husband's latest like punch to your stomach was actually a sign of love, and they made fun of her for it. This is more pure conservative commentary though, so it's more like targeted political advertisement.
I know, they're just looking for something to be pissed about. Like you saw, Hassan was one of the first people who was angry about this. He talked about it on his stream. He finally offered some clarification. He was tweeting about it, and he said, I have no issue with MrBeast, no matter how hard these neck-bearded losers try to present it that way.
This isn't clarifying. The clip that you showed at the beginning of this video did not include him saying he was upset with MrBeast. He did, in fact, say the opposite with of that. He said the opposite. He said, this makes me blind with rage, no pun intended, not at MrBeast, but because of systemic inequality.
I have an issue with an immoral system that paywalls healthcare. If you weren't too desperate to claw a crumb of relevancy with a disingenuous hit tweet, you'd perhaps see that.
He's not clarifying anything. He was perfectly clear in the original thing.
Hassan, if you hate the system so much, then shouldn't you...
Okay. What's it gonna be, lads? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Just, then why don't you move to Cuba? Why don't you donate all of your money to sandwiches for the poor? What is it gonna be? It's one of those two.
You be happy that somebody is finding a way around it and is...
It was worse. It was stupider than either. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It was dumber than either one! It was worse! It was lower IQ! She went around it! Holy shit! She's like a fighter pilot. There are two bogeys headed at her, and it's two bad arguments, and she whirls between them and dives the third hidden target. The worst argument. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Black hole of intelligence. Black box of intelligence. Her mind is just an obsidian cube from which no information can emit. The only information that we're getting from our brain is Hawking's radiation slowly decaying out from the edges of the black obsidian cube. But all the rest of it's entirely internal. It's contained within the skull. There's nothing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh.
Helping these people, like bringing awareness to a problem, or are you just looking for something to...
I am happy that he brought awareness to a problem. He did so in a tweet that you're not showing in this video for some reason. Isn't that interesting? How curious.
Be angry about. That kind of seems like what you're doing. Thankfully, though, there are still rationally minded people out there. These were some of the comments under that compilation I showed you. Somebody said, this MrBeast situation just exposed hatred of the rich, not love of the poor that these bread tubers have.
Can't we have both?
Another person said, the wealthy bread tubers like Vosh and Hassan kind of have to criticize MrBeast.
Whoa. Hold on. Okay, I'm doing all right, but Hassan's still in a different tier than me financially, okay? But now that I'm the thought leader of the left, that'll be changing quickly. I gotta get a book deal. Oh yeah, thank you, chat. Operación Milagro, a program of international solidarity launched in 2004 by the governments of Cuba and Venezuela to provide free medical treatment for people with eye programs. It additionally provides the countries it operates in with new medical equipment and infrastructure. By 2019, over 4 million people in 34 countries had received free treatment. And this is from Cuba and Venezuela, two very poor countries. With the wealth and power of the United States, we could do incalculably more than this. Because as it turns out, broad Medicare for all stuff might be expensive, but providing basic medical care to large numbers of people can be done with the right infrastructure. So much good could be done. America could, with a program similar to this, effectively cure many forms of blindness around the world. Not in every part of the world. I don't know how much good we're going to do in Syria. You know, I don't know. I don't know if Doctors Without Borders wants to, run up on the Islamic State military bases and offer them some treatment. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how Afghanistan is receptive to the MrBeast International Blindness Cure Program. Don't say MPRA is expensive. All studies show it costs less than our current system. Yeah, sorry, to be clear, MPRA is expensive, just far less expensive than our current system. Remember, America has the least efficient healthcare in the Western world. Eye surgeries can cost upwards of $10,000 in medical costs. How much does it cost these doctors to do it? 14,000 to Venezuela. Free surgery through the program. Clinics like in Uruguay will scout out patients in rural areas, performing surgeries that would cost at least $5,000 for free. God damn. How beautiful is that, huh? It really goes to show that despite all of the demonic caterwauling from pieces of shit like this, in reality, that we have both the means, the wealth, the will, the initiative, everything we need to do incredible good. All we need to do is set up the right systems. It's possible.
Otherwise, their followers might start asking them why they don't do something similar with their millions. It's a great point. It's a very valid point.
I don't have millions.
Somebody else says, somebody does a good deed. They still find a way to get mad. They are fundamentally incapable of joy. Yes. When Mr.
But this whole video is her complaining and making up shit to be mad at from video clips that don't say the things she says they say. If anything, she's the one being joyless. Wait, this is Short Fat Otaku's comment section? This is from Short Fat Otaku? Gotcha, nice.
Beast makes millions, he spends it on others. Ingeniously, he figures out how to make more money from spending it so he can do it again. He is not taking advantage of these people, he is making a deal with them. When the bread tube makes money, they spend it on themselves. Then they complain that no one is helping the poor. Yes.
Completely made up. Literally, like, just fantasizing about a system in your mind. When MrBeast makes millions, he spends it on others. If that was the case, then how does he get the money back? If he makes the money back from spending it on others, then he's not really being charitable. That's just his business, isn't it? Like, you can't really say you're being charitable when the systems you're using to provide help to people are the ones that make you money. Like, that doesn't make it... Then it's just your business. It's not really charity at that point.
Yes, because complaining about the system that is oppressing everybody else makes them money. They're not actually doing anything about it, which they could be.
I'm giving none of this to charity.
This was my
favorite
tweet of this entire debacle. This girl said, MrBeast does what the wealthy leftists would do if they were actually morally consistent. Like, that's the...
From Big Titty Goth GF9. In response to something from the serfs. Hello!
Tweet. And the fact that they are being faced with that probably makes them very uncomfortable. Because when push comes to shove, I don't think they actually care. They're just here for the political and social gain.
I really hate that Twitter account. That's the Destiny Stan Fuentes fan. A person who is a fan of Destiny and of Nick Fuentes. Gotcha.
Okay, that was...
Oh, it's over. We made it through. My goodness. MrBeast could cure cancer and people would still find a way to discredit and attack him. Nobody in this video was discrediting or attacking him. Like, literally, nobody. None of the clips that she found, not a single one of them were denouncing him for what he did. But it doesn't matter, right? Just remember, the literal only reason why this video exists is because she wants to keep poor people in blindness and poverty. That's it. That's it. That's literally it. There is no motivation for this video outside the promotion of a conservative healthcare agenda, which is to say no healthcare agenda. You will simply die if you don't have the money. Pretty demonic. But we did learn I'm a leftist thought leader now, so that's pretty cool. You want to see her video on Hassan? One after another? Come on, have a heart, guys.